What's up, everybody? The Iceman here on this Saturday night. A little bit of snow here in Hartford today. Maybe a couple inches or so. Nothing really major, but um, everybody is, you know, looking forward to this new year, 2015, as I do myself. I have I have a lot of things that I'm striving for this year. I want to get out of Hartford. Um, um, you know, I have no set plans at this point, but uh, it's been a very, very noisy city for the last 3 or 4 years. I mean, I hear sirens pretty much all night long. Um, a lot of door slamming in the apartment and whatnot, and maybe it's just time to move on. But we are less than 6 hours away from Global Force Wrestling and New Japan Pro Wrestling, presenting their Wrestling Kingdom 9. I've been reading a lot about it. I'll be quite honest with you. Like a lot of people, if you don't follow New Japan Pro Wrestling, you don't know who a lot of the superstars are um, within that promotion. But I will say this: the dome is like a 50,000 plus capacity dome. I was reading and listening to some podcasts from Jeff Jarrett, and the dome is expected to sell out, which really goes to show you uh, New Japan Pro Wrestling. This is like their WrestleMania, so to speak, here in the United States, if you want to compare it to that. And we're going to see a lot of, ROH stars and whatnot. We're going to see the Bullet Club. Will Jeff Jarrett be on the card? I don't think so. Um, but I think it's going to be a night to remember. I think just for the fact that Jeff Jarrett, like he was saying in a podcast, just the media following around Jim Ross and Matt Stryker goes to show you, what Jim Ross actually meant to the wrestling world. I mean, being a commentator with the WWE for over 20 years, but before that, he was with NWA. Uh, he was great then. I remember watching him then on a Sunday, um, NWA Pro Wrestling, and a very, very young Jim Ross, as a matter of fact. But it just goes to show you the respect that Jim Ross has around the wrestling world. And I honestly believe, you know, um, a lot of people are negative about Jeff Jarrett and whatnot, but I could care less what people think. Just for the simple fact, Jeff Jarrett and his dad were the founders of TNA, and a lot of people are saying, well, he destroyed TNA, and I don't believe that. Um, maybe he needed to go and get more source of income, yes. But look at the shows that he produced. Look at his pay-per-views that he produced. I just got done watching Unbreakable 2005, and it was phenomenal. I mean, the main event was Christopher Daniels, who was the X Division champion, against Samoa Joe and AJ Styles. And it was a phenomenal main event. AJ ended up winning the X Division title from Daniels, but prior to that was the uh, the NWA World Heavyweight Championship match, which Jeff Jarrett had no problem not having that title on the line to main event. I guess maybe possibly because he wasn't in the main event, but he was involved in the main event. It was Rhino and Raven. Raven won it previously at No Surrender, and I mean the expense that you saw that was put into these pay-per-views, and whatnot, were like totally extravagant. Now, yeah, maybe Jeff Jarrett exhausted a lot of money and he needed some help. And, you know, uh, I'm not saying Dixie Carter was not the right person to help invest, or her family, I should say. But in any event, it happened the way it happened. Things went the way they did. and now we see a totally different product in TNA. Jeff Jarrett's up and running once again with his wife Karen, and he is trying. Global Force Wrestling is what it is. It's an accumulation of promotions pretty much around the globe, and trying to showcase their talent. I mean, obviously, we're not going to see like TNA or WWE involved in this. I mean, God forbid if Vince McMahon would ever let anybody in his company ever showcase in another promotion. Vince McMahon has an ego, and we obviously know that'll never change. But I do think that this is going to be a huge, major event. It's going to be a WrestleMania for New Japan Pro Wrestling, and at least the fact that Global Force Wrestling is involved is going to put them on the map. With all that being said, uh, Jarrett said he's been very, very patient looking for a TV deal. And, with this show coming up in the wee Sunday morning hours at 2 a.m., and possibly another one coming in the next couple months, this will pretty much tell all of what he can do. And I honestly believe Jarrett has a very good head as far as it comes to wrestling knowledge. Um, he may not have the uh, what would you want to call it, the idea that Vince McMahon had, but I don't count Jeff Jarrett out. And I honestly do believe that Global Force Wrestling is going to become a major force in the world of professional wrestling in the year of 2015. So I'm looking forward to watching this show. It's like I said, I'm not familiar with a lot of the Japanese wrestlers because I really don't get to watch them too often. There's so much wrestling on TV and wherever around the world. I mean, if you really went to spend all your time to watch all these shows, you would really never get any sleep. So, um, but this is one night I'm totally looking forward to, and I hope it is a major success for Jeff Jarrett. I'm a big fan of Jarrett. I always have been, especially back in his slap nuts, his slap nuts days, with the guitar and whatnot. When he came in WWF and whatnot, when he had the long hair and stuff, I never really cared for Jarrett whatsoever. But as he got older and he evolved and he matured, he really became a fun superstar to watch. And I think he does have a very good head on his shoulders. And I really do believe that Jarrett is going to flourish with Global Force Wrestling, teaming up with New Japan Pro Wrestling. And I think Wrestling Kingdom 9 is going to be a huge, huge success. So, with all that being said, guys, hope you guys get an opportunity to watch it. We will discuss it either tomorrow or Monday because I know a lot of people would not have seen it probably at the 2 a.m. hour. So instead of spoiling it for people, maybe we'll just wait until Monday to discuss what went on and whatnot. And I'm just really, really pleased to see Jim Ross and Matt Stryker. I think Matt Stryker is a great, great commentator. Jim Ross has always been one of my favorites. I think Michael Cole taking over Jim Ross's spot in the WWE was, I understand the move because they need to make changes, and Ross has been around for forever. But I do think the way that WWE treated Jim Ross and so many different segments and whatnot was totally just, demeaning, especially the time when the wannabe Senator Linda McMahon kicked him square between the legs. It's a moment I'll never forget, and it's a moment I think that will always stick in her mind as well because I honestly believe that a lot of people that have seen this segment, you know, it really hurt her in the senatorial election. So, but anyway, guys, peace out, enjoy, have yourself a great Saturday night, and we'll see you next time. This is the one and only, the Iceman.